Okay, so today we are going to make a beef Wellington. And how the beef Wellington had got named was way back in the day in the Continental Army, there was a cook whose last name was Wellington. And he got real gripey one day. And General George Washington had to go on in there and tell him, hey, what is your beef, Wellington?
Nonna Snowden cooks. The goal is to amuse you and help you keep your family fed.
Okay guys, so step number one, first of all, we got this lovely beef tenderloin here, which, okay, this is not a cheap recipe because that is expensive and you do not want to screw it up. So step number one is we're going to coat it with some olive oil. Oh, look, I got my handy dandy paintbrush out to paint it. And we're going to coat it, and we're going to put some yummy and delicious Uncle Polly's good salt on there. Put some of this delicious salt on there. And okay. All right, so step number one, remember we had coated this with olive oil and put some salt on it. Now we're going to sear it. Boom. And I guess about how long, honey? About a minute on each side, including the ends.
Oh, look at that brown. Look at that sear.
I'm telling you, look at how pretty this is coming out. It's going to be delicious. And a lot of people think that beef Wellington is difficult to make. It really is not hard at all. When I first decided to try it, I had got the recipe from that Angry Chef fella. What was his name? He does the grown-up Angry Chefs, and he does the baby Angry Chefs, but he's not as mean to the baby Angry Chefs as he is to the grown-up Angry Chefs. Any case. So when we had first did it, I had pretty much followed his recipe, but now I've made it better. All right, so that's seared up. We're gonna turn this stove off. Now we're gonna let this cool off just for a second. So now we are gonna do some Dijon mustard. I'm gonna say
Not that much.
that's about, so about, I would say about a third of a cup of mustard, and about half a teaspoon of Uncle Polly's good salt, and this is important now, we got the Mr. Dan Pastorini's Delicious Texas Rub, because y'all know this Texas Rub is going to make it taste really good. Okay, and I'm also going to put some of Mr. Dan Pastorini's Yummy Garlic Herb Salt spice, because I do like that a lot too. Oop, wrong side. Don't want to put too much. Okay. That's about right. So I would say about a tablespoon and a half, and about, just, you know what, taste it. If it tastes good, then you put the right amount in. Sheesh. And now I'm stirring this up, and I got mustard all over my hand. And all we're doing is we're coating this beautiful slice of meat with this yummy, mustardy, yummy goodness. And we're going to slide this all over this. And I'm wanting to save a little bit. I don't want to use it all right now because I'm going to make a little kind of gravy-ish kind of, what the heck do they call them again? With Ojo or oh no sauce or something. I don't know. Boom. We're rolling it up. And we're going to let it consider its situation and how tasty and delicious it will be. And we're going to plop it into the refrigerator for, I would do at least 3 hours, but you know, longer doesn't hurt it at all. Okay, so now we're doing some more on the welly, because you have to make this mushroomy stuff to go with beef Wellington. I don't know why, but you do, because that's what goes in it. And so you need your food processor here. Well, I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Nope, we got a problem, Houston. For some reason, my food processor is not working today. I suspect it might have been the first casualty in the appliance wars. Luckily, we got the handy-dandy blender, which is still working for us.
Is there anything else that works on that point? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's quiet on the set. Okay, so we got an onion. We're throwing that in there. We got a handful of garlic we're throwing in there. This is 2 pounds of baby bellies. And you got to chop these little things up really, 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 really good. So you probably need either a food processor or a blender or whatever, but because they got to be chopped up good. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Oh, this is going to take half my life, isn't it? All right, guys, so we had a brief issue with my old food processor. Nonna had to go run into town real quick and get us a new one so we could chop up all of those mushrooms and that one onion and some garlic. And now we got our goat butter in here. We're just going to fry this up a little bit. Okay, I got my butter in there. I got my chopped up mushrooms in there, chopped up onion, chopped up garlic. And now I'm going to still add some stuff. I'm going to add some of Mr. Dan Pastorini's garlic and herb seasonings. A little bit of this rub, Mr. Dan Pastorini's rub. You remember we had put that in the mustard that we put all over the welly. And we're going to put some in here too. So here's all those chopped up mushrooms. We're making a little chopped up mushroom dish. And we're just cooking it through. That's all we're doing. So this is just about done. We are about finished up with this. And then we got to cool it off. And then I will show y'all how to roll up the welly. So we cooked up our mushrooms and we put them in the freezer to cool them off so you could fool with them. And now what we're going to do, the first thing we really need to do is we're going to lay out some prosciutto. This is delicious stuff. And especially, you know what, one thing you could do with prosciutto too is you could put it, a little cantaloupe piece with it and just wrap a little prosciutto around the cantaloupe. And it is so tasty. It is a very delicious snack. We're going to lay it out on the plastic wrap. Okay. All right, so I got my prosciutto all laid out. Now the next thing I'm finna do is put the mushrooms on it. And just kind of mush them around. This looks delicious. All right, that looks good to me. Coming over here, and y'all remember our little welly was wearing that string, so we got to get that off of there. Now we're going to cut it loose. All right. Up, and there she is. Roll this up right here like that. And you can see how that works. And there's all your delicious prosciutto, all rolling up nice. And your yummy mushrooms, all rolling up nice. Okay. Roll it a little more. Whoop! There we go. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And let's just put this right here for now. Okay, and y'all see this, the casserole, the little beef wellies going in? I'm going to spritz it, just to try and keep the sticking down to a general minimum. And I got my egg wash right here. And I'm going to put some flour out here on the counter. I kind of moosh it around. Get a nice little floured surface. And put out the pastry puff. Okay, there we go. We're making progress. Roll this out. Roll it out a little bit this way. Okay, and we put this big dog right here. Now, do not leave the plastic wrap on. That would be unpleasant at best. Okay, but there it is. All done up. And now we're going to wrap it around here. Wrap it around there. You're going to pinch off the ends a bit. If you got a little too much pastry puff, you could, just cut it off of there. And roll this over here so the seam side is down. Cut some slits in it. I don't know why, because you're supposed to. Does anybody need any kind of other explanation? I don't know. They told me to, so I did it. Here, you got your mixed up egg with the little water in it, and you just kind of painting it. Just kind of painting it. And meanwhile, your stuff is heating to 425 in the back. Okay. Look how pretty little Wellie is. Oh my goodness. This is going to be delicious. All right. Putting this bad dog in the pot here. We got the slits. We got everything all bundled up and tasty looking. And we've about egg washed as we could be. And how are we doing on that? But we're still preheating on the oven. So this is going to take a minute. But I'm going to put it in there. I'm put it in for about 30 minutes. And I'm going to poke it with a meat thermometer. And I want it 125 to 135 in the middle so we can have a nice medium rare. If you like yours cooked better more than that, then cook it longer. If you don't like it, you know, just adjust it as you see fit. All right. And I'm trying to poke it in the middle. And a little bit longer. Not a whole lot longer, but a little bit longer. It's not quite warm enough in the middle. All right, guys, we got the internal temperature to right at 135 or so. Everything looks good and delicious. So I'm going to pull this out of here. Okay, guys, so now we have our lovely Wellie, and I'm just going to try and scoop it up without wrecking the whole dang shebang. Whoa, there we go. There it is. It is beautiful. And now with this juice right here, I'm going to make a little sauce to go on it. So that little mustard mixture is fixing to go in here. All right. Perfection. This is a delicious beef wellie, and y'all saw it's just not all that difficult. It's just got a couple more steps than, you know, your regular old pot roast, and it's way, way, way tastier. And I'm just gonna put this beef broth in here. I'm fixing to go throw it in the microwave for about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll have a nice liquidy, yummy kind of little juice with some mustardy sauce to go on top. Okay, guys, and here's that little bit of gravy I was telling you about. What do they call it? That sauce which you put the prime rib and stuff in. Anyway, that kind of sauce, except it tastes better because it's got that little bit of mustardy in it. Cook, skydive, have fun, give back. Subscribe.